Hey, so I tracked down this guy and I got him to explain a little bit about himself so you get to know him better. He's not the greatest speaker in the world, but here you go. Hi, my name is Joe and I work for Creative Solutions. I'm the owner and a project manager. I'm basically just an average guy trying to do what he loves to do, and that would be art and graphic arts. Probably as far back as I can remember is back when my grandparents had a 486 computer, and that was like in the 90s. And I used to mess around on there. They had a little newsletter program, and I thought it was so cool to be able to put these graphics in there and write stuff about, my friends or the town. And I'd hand out these newsletters to everybody. That was a long time ago. But then in high school, I took desktop publishing, and that's when we first started getting like real computers instead of like typewriters. And then you had some, at the time there was pretty good programs, and I thought it was the coolest thing to be able to make all this stuff and move it around and print it out. And in college, I went to Elgin Community College in Elgin, Illinois. I took 2 years, uh, basically focused on graphic arts courses like rendering and advertising design and different drawing classes. So I went there for a couple years, and probably, after that, I kind of got into the regular work world, you could say, and I ended up being a warehouse manager and did some things in retail for a while. But on the side, I was always doing like little projects for people or my friends, even way back. There was this guy in town when I still lived in Illinois. I'm actually living in Minnesota now, about central Minnesota. But back then, I was talking to this guy who would fix lawnmowers and small engines and stuff, and he was thinking about having a mailer sent out to the whole town. So I created that for him. I did a couple different renderings, improvements that he wanted on there, even though some things, I didn't totally agree with, but the outcome was good and it went out to almost everybody, I think, in town. After that, I did a logo for a lady that had a bee farm. She was um, putting, the honey in the jars, and she wanted a label, so I drew the honeycomb and the bee and made like a little logo for her. And this was like when, like high school and college. And after that, I just did little things. I started getting more into things for myself. Like I had on Live 365, I had a underground radio show go on there for a couple years. And I also DJ'd at a bar in DeKalb, Illinois for a while. But on underground radio, I thought it was cool because it would go 24 hours a day. You could set everything up, and you could also like interrupt the show and go live if you wanted to. But I would make little mixes, and all the promos and pictures and everything that came with it, I created. And then uh, recently, in the recent years, I was looking for a gift box set for my boys, and I found all kinds of stuff online, but I couldn't seem to find nothing because I wanted to get one for my daughter too. I couldn't seem to find anything like cool. And I was like, wow, how come they don't have this for girls? So that's kind of how I came up with C-Ray, which is the gift box set for girls. And I also have a website that's still up for that. And I have some for sale here too, if anybody wants some. But I came up with that whole design, the packaging, the labels, what products went in those boxes. And recently, because of coronavirus issues, I was able to create. Funny, it's create, but I came up with Creative Solutions, which is the business that I have where I'm offering to make logos, flyers, business cards, posters, like you name it. I can help you build a website um, through Wix, which I think is a really good platform, and I know that inside and out pretty much. I mean, there's always room for improvements, and I'm open to that, and I want to know that. So I try to improve the best I can, and I'm kind of like a perfectionist. Like I always want things in my eyes to look perfect, and then also for the customer, I want them to be happy with the outcome. So that's basically what I'm doing now. I have Creative Solutions, jcd.com. That's my website. I got you can put in a free quote, like pretty much anything. I'll do custom work too if that's what you're interested in. You can put in, your free quote, and I'll come up with a rough draft of whatever, as long as you just try to describe the best you can. I'll see what I can come up with, and we can communicate through this or through email or phone, whatever works for you. If you don't want to talk to me, that's fine. We can go through email, like if you don't want to do the videos. Um, that's about it. Um, I've done some HTML codes and stuff. Went back before you had these website builder programs. I had to know what codes did what, and it was a lot harder then than it is now. At least for me, because now it seems easy compared to all these things you had to remember. But I still use the hex codes for all the colors because I want to get the colors just right. And yeah, that's about it. So thanks for watching this, and I'll catch you later.